Hey guys, welcome back to Kiwi Classics. So, a lot of you guys are wanting to know, did I buy the Falcon? Well, yeah I did. Couldn't help myself, you know. I mean, it's a disease that most of us share, and it was just too good a car. Yeah, a long way short of perfect. I know it's got its flaws, but it was way too good a car to head to pick apart. So the owner and I came to an agreement after a bit of backwards and forwards, and it's now in my name, titled, tagged, and it drives. Me and Steve have been working away on it, kind of, you know, over the evening, and we got complete new brake systems. I do mean complete new hard lines, new rubber lines, new wheel cylinders, everything. Everything, well, okay, shouldn't really say everything. It didn't need shoes and it didn't need drums, but everything else it needed. All the adjusters were frozen solid, the little cables that do the automatic adjusting had rusted through. Yeah, it was pretty much everything except drums and shoes. But it's running, it's driving, and took it to Cars and Coffee, our local one in Franklin here, just this morning, and a few people walked past it, kind of looking down their nose a bit, and but also a lot of people said, "Hey, what's the story behind this?" So yeah, the interest is there, and I tell you what, it drives nice. You know, obviously it's not fast. It doesn't have that V8 sound, but it starts like a charm, and it drives down the road. Now, just so you know that, you know, it's not all fairy tales and, you know, we just got it started and it runs perfectly. I tried it, it's Saturday morning now. I went to take it home Thursday night, got halfway home, it died. It started missing and popping, and, you know, we just got the fuel system cleaned out and thought, I was kind of thinking it was fuel, because everything else was pretty much new. And anyway, couldn't get it running on the side of the road. Got my tow truck buddies, Andy's Towing, to come and pick it up. So yesterday morning I had another quick look at it. Turns out it was the condenser. Now this was a brand new condenser, but it failed after 10 miles. So yeah, you know, points and condensers and stuff, you know, they fail too, just like the modern electronics. So yeah, it was the condenser. Put a new one of those in, $7 condenser. It's running like a charm. Let me show you. So she's still green and nasty. So that's kind of today's mission, is having a little bit of a clean up on the old girl. But yeah, with its second new condenser, so you can't turn the key quick enough and let it go, and it started. So yeah, and the radio works. The AC blows. Now obviously you can't feel it through the video, but trust me, that's cold air coming out of this thing. So yeah, it's and that makes it nice to drive, especially when it's 95 degrees outside. So yeah, I'm going to dig in and do some cleaning. You know, it's dirty, and little bits of surface mold and mildew, or whatever you want to call it, kind of all over the place, just from being neglected for several years, you know. Well, maybe not neglected, but just not just left and parked and not loved. So I'm going to put the camera up on time lapse, and you can follow along with me, and I'm going to like power wash the engine bay, power wash the outside, try and get some of this green off the outside and reveal the actual original yellow colour that's hiding underneath. Yeah, so that's my Saturday. Come and join. Back in a second. if I've done it right, we're now on real speed and you can hear me. So just going to try. I mean, it's really a long shot. We'll see if this whole deal will fire up after having 3000 psi of water in. Keys would help. I won't edit this out in case we've got budget. Well, that surprised me. Electrics don't usually like to be that wet, but it started right up. Not idling super smooth. I'm sure I need to dry it out a bit. Slow that camera down, right? It's cleaner. I'll let it warm up a bit, try and burn off a bit of this excess water. Now I did a very quick lick around the wheel arches, and there's a bit of sand coming out. So what I really need to do is get it up on stands, get all the wheels off, and give it a proper water blast underneath, or power wash underneath. We in Kiwi land call it water blast. So yeah, but it looks a lot nicer. Engine B is nowhere near as crusty. Even the underside of the hood is like quite nice. Yeah, so I'm going to just clean up a few greasy paw prints that we've got around the thing from doing all the brakes and all the fun stuff like that, and take it for a test drive. Well, not really a test drive, but I'm going to drive it home, and I'll bring you guys along for that. And yeah, that'll probably be it, but I'll be back in a second. I'll stick this thing to the windshield and we'll head on home. Okay, we're off, going home. See how the old girl runs. Oh, that's good. Now, if you guys know how to get rid of hornets, there are hornets following this car around, and I cannot find a hornet's nest anywhere in this car, but wherever I park, there's hornets or wasps or some scary looking insect buzzing around. And yeah, I stopped at the traffic lights on the way back from Cars and Coffee, and here's one buzzing around me there. It's like they either love the smell of the car or they got a nest in here somewhere. So you guys need to let me know how to get rid of them. As you can see, hopefully it's not bouncing too much on the old windshield cam. I'll turn that AC down a bit so it doesn't make too much noise. The little 9-inch brakes aren't bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. I'll tell you what, they're actually that Chevelle that we had in here just recently, which we did a video on, maybe coming up. That had drum brakes all around, and that was a big block car, and it did not actually stop as good as this, believe it or not. We didn't actually touch the brakes on that car, but yeah, that took a little bit of. That was kind of almost like a two foot on the brake pedal to make it slow down. Hey, someone's having a bad day. Doesn't have as much power as a 13-second 6-cylinder Jeep or anything like that, but it's quite adequate. It kicks down, and yeah, we're building speed. We're just breaking the speed limit there, so it's not out of the question. really am starting to wonder if this could be an actual 59,000 mile car. Just the way the doors close, there's no wear in any hinges. You know, the brake pedal rubber looks, you know, like with hardly any wear on it, but of course that can have been replaced. You know, that's easy now. But the doors shut like magic. You know, the upholstery doesn't look like it's had a butt in this driver's seat, you know, for 160,000 miles. It really doesn't look like that. But as I've said before, if there's no documentation, you know, it doesn't really count, you know. But it feels like it is. It's tight when you, considering the torque box is pretty goosed on this driver's side. It drives pretty tight. It's not rattling a lot. I think I'm going to just enjoy driving this to work and back, you know. I really don't see it as a hardship. We've got that nice cold AC. That's blowing easily as cold as my late model car. You know, that blue thing. Seats, but, you know, life's tough, right? You know, third world problems and all that. I'm really, this is fun. Well, I'm liking it. I mean, you know, there's a lot of traffic around, so I can't open it up, but opening this up is not. It's more than adequate, you know. Like, you put your foot down, you know, you could overtake people in this if you wanted. It's not flat. It's quite okay. But when you get spoiled with 3 and 4 and 500 horsepower V8s, it's you know, it's a little bit of a reality check, and that's okay. I'm still capable of getting a speeding ticket, and it's actually, you know, it's probably quicker than Marge, if I'm honest. But you know, Marge is a bit tired. She's done a lot more hard work than this car. And you get a few looks, you know. Cars and Coffee was a bit of fun. There was lots of people going, oh, my mum had one of these, or my dad had one of these. And another guy was telling me how he used to sleep on the rear parcel shelf, the rear shelf on top of the back seat, you know, when they would travel. You kind of CPS it all your way these days for doing that, but hey, it was a different time back then. One thing I will have to work on, the idle when it's when the AC's running is a little raggedy. It's not. I think the AC pump's probably not as good as it could be, and that may get updated to like a modern Sandon one. Depending on the cost of refurbishing that one. It kind of rattles and clunks a little bit, and I think it's working the engine possibly a bit harder than, you know, a modern AC pump would do. But I ain't complaining. It's blowing cold, and that is so nice on a 95-degree day. That's the drive. This is my new daily, and yeah, I will you know, when we get it up in the air one at some point, start tearing into that torque box, fix that up, we'll do a little video on that. In the meantime, it's going to be back onto customer cars. All right, guys. Well, you have a great weekend. I'm going home for a cold beer, and I will see you on the next one. Take it easy, guys.